The morning sun burns away the valley's silver shroud, bathing the picturesque village of Oakdale in a warm, golden radiance. A lively symphony of sound echoes across the paths, the sharp clack of wooden stakes being driven into the festival green, the rhythmic rustle of silk banners snapping in the crisp mountain breeze, and the energetic chatter of merchants hoisting fresh canvas over their stalls. The air is a rich, comforting tapestry of aromas, freshly trodden grass, the bright and sweet scent of crushed pine needles, and the earthy tang of locally brewed ales being rolled out in heavy oak barrels, transforming the quiet mountain village into a vibrant, bustling spectacle of anticipation for the late spring festivities. As we zoom in on the village of Oakdale, that is where we will find the character that we'll be creating today. Hello and welcome, broadcasting from deep within an undisclosed Midwest basement. I am Bobby C, and this is One Up RPG. We're going to be diving into Legend in the Mist character creation today. I have an idea for a character for some solo play that I intend to be doing. Actually, I have 3 pretty strong ideas for characters for solo Legend in the Mist, and so this is going to be the first one that we flesh out, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. Maybe we'll zoom in on one character more than the others, or maybe they'll bond together and form a fellowship. Who knows? I'm going to be talking you through Legend in the Mist as best I understand it. Legend in the Mist is just a fantastic new role-playing system that is being rolled out by Son of Oak Games. It has been available in PDF for a while now as their Kickstarters are wrapped up. Just got all sorts of buzz, and I picked up on it just in time and am eagerly looking forward to getting the hard copies in the mail. But I've been sort of poring over the PDFs. I got the core book and a setting expansion, and I just really, really like it. But no claim of being an expert here. I'm going to be just kind of going through this. This is the first time I've created a character with this system. I intend to follow the rule that as long as I'm having fun, it's my solo game. And if I'm enjoying it, then I'm playing it right. But I do want to make sure that I'm trying to get the rules right, just in case there are other folks that may be interested in this game. And so if you know more about Legend in the Mist and you catch me making any sort of mistake, let me know in the comments so that I won't make that in the next video. And with that being said, if you decide to pick up Legend in the Mist for yourself, I'm going to put an affiliate link that I have down in the description also, where if you purchase it, I'll get a $10 credit toward my next Son of Oak purchase, and there are all sorts of little extra goodies on there that I've got my eyes on. So if you think about purchasing this game, I'd really appreciate you following that link. So let's dive right in to our character creation. So we zoom in on Oakdale and everybody getting ready for the festival, and this caravan of entertainers has come into town, and we are interested in a particular tent that is festively colored. It has some purple, red, and gold ribbons strewn around it. It is trimmed in beautiful gold needlepoint around the doorway that opens into the tent, because this tent is the fortune teller's tent. You can come in here and have your fortune told. She will read the fortune cards and see what the future has in store for you. Our character is the daughter of this fortune teller, and her name is Ahshka, and I apologize in advance if I call her Ahsoka because it's spelled very similarly. But her name is Ahshka. She is a young teen. She has lived the caravan life her whole life. Her father has not played an active role in her upbringing. It's not a big deal to her or her mother. Her mother, the fortune teller, is a very independent woman, and she's raising a very independent woman. So Ahshka, even though she doesn't know her father, is not going to be going on some grand quest to find him or who he is. She doesn't really care. So she is more interested in being a part of her caravan family. Now, if you are not familiar with Legend in the Mist, one of the things I really like about it is its approach to character creation, which is essentially also its approach to gameplay. In Legend in the Mist, rather than having stats or rolling up a series of numbers and assigning them to different attributes. Everything that you do in character creation is based on tags. You have 4 different theme cards. You are going to pick a different theme for each of the 4 cards, and then you are going to build that card with strength tags and weakness tags. Now, I will go ahead and tell you one way that I'm going to be modifying things a little bit. I believe that when you make these theme cards, the rules call for you to give the theme a title as one of your tags, and then choose 2 more strength tags. I'm going to just do 3 strength tags and not have the title be something that I can invoke. So I think I'm still going to have 3 strength tags in each theme. I'm just going to be going about it in a different way. Ahshka is just beginning, so she is at the origin level. And this first type of theme that we are going to build is based on Ahshka's people, because I believe that her people are very important to her. And her people, of course, are the caravan folk. So this first theme is going to be built around what strengths I feel like Ahshka has picked up from her people, from being a member of the caravan folk, and then a weakness as well. I decided that some things that I will focus on for Ahshka in terms of strengths, if she's been living her whole life among caravan people and traveling from place to place, she has probably seen a few things. So her first tag is going to be that she has seen a few things. She has been around the Dales. She has seen its ins and outs. She has seen lots of different cultures and lots of different types of people. And so there may be some times where her experience of seeing a few things will help her understand human behavior and maybe give her a few tricks of her own. I think that I'm also going to put that in addition to having seen a few things, she has been a few places. She has a wider knowledge than most people of different villages, different areas of the Dales, and maybe even some areas outside of the Dales. We'll discover that through play. But I think that if she hears the name of a place, chances are good that she may have been there, or she may have heard tales of it. She may have an understanding of the type of people that are there. So she has seen a few things and she has been a few places. And the last strength tag that I have for Ahshka from her life living in a caravan is "this will do." Basically, I want to give her the strength of being able to use whatever she has or to make the best of whatever environment she finds herself in. She's very adaptable. So we're going to use the tag "this will do" for another strength for her. So then finally, we need to round out this first theme card. Since we have our 3 strength tags, we need a weakness tag for her. So thinking about whatever weakness would come about from living among caravan folk, being a traveler, being itinerant, I think that she's going to have an outsider stigma. I believe that we are going to run into some folks where caravan people are not always welcome, particularly fortune tellers. Any sort of mention of magic or witchcraft might come into play. And I think a lot of times she is just fighting to fit in, to be accepted. She's fighting against stereotypes that people might have about caravan folks. Each theme you wrap up with a quest, and this is something that really drives your character. I am coming from a lot of Ironsworn and Starforged background from Sean Tompkin, and to me, this is very much like an Iron Vow, almost like a mini Iron Vow that you have 4 of them, one for each theme, and it's something that drives your character and is particularly true at the core of her character. And so for her quest statement, I am saying, I will always be true to my troop. She feels that this is her family. She is proud of them. She is fiercely defensive of them. She wants the best for them. And I think that she just feels like she has a large extended family of being a part of this troop. So that finishes out our people theme card. Let's move on to the second one. And another one that you can pick for a type of theme card is devotion. So we're going to talk about Ahshka's devotion. And her main devotion is that she is her mama's apprentice. Her mama, the fortune teller, is passing on her knowledge to Ahshka. She wants Ahshka to have this same sort of skill that she has of being able to read these fortune cards. And Ahshka's mother is going to have a connection to magic that she hides, that she keeps secret, because I am going to imagine that most of the places that these folks travel to are suspicious of magic or afraid of magic, because magic is not going to be common in our game. But particularly the connection to magic that Ahshka's mama has is a nature connection. So we're going to say a strength that she has picked up from being her mama's apprentice is nature knowledge, that she knows. She is aware of the seasons. She is aware of the stars. She is aware of the sun, the moon. She is sort of aware of the circle of life, sort of everything being in balance, and everything coming together. I think that Ahshka's mama is a practitioner of old ways magic. The Legend in the Mist core book and the theme expansion both talk about old ways. And so Ahshka's mother is going to be a practitioner. And so a strength that Ahshka is going to have is old ways lore. She knows these old stories. She knows these old ways of doing things, approaching things. Maybe there's some healing magic that goes along with this. We'll discover it through play. And I think that another strength that Ahshka has from apprenticing under her mother, the carnival fortune teller, is that she is very good at reading people. Not necessarily reading their fortune, but just being able to see through any sort of pretense that people have, any sort of facade that people have, and be able to really recognize a person's true intentions really well. She's very intuitive and can pick up on that with all that she's learned from her mother and all that she's done herself. A weakness that I came up with for Ahshka is she's a witch. As I said, I really think that I want there to be a lot of suspicion about magic, about fortune telling, about carnival people. And I think that Ahshka is always going to run the risk of a struggle that her mother has had all of these years of people being scared, people being prejudiced about that. The quest that I have for this one, the thing that Ahshka is working on is, are the old ways truly applicable today? I think that Ahshka is a little bit hesitant to just accept everything that her mother tells her about the old ways. I think that she has that teenager mentality of, oh mom, that was your time. This is new. This is the modern times, mom. And I think that she struggles with how much she wants to devote herself to the old ways, and how much she wants to discover new ways on her own. The next one, you can pick the trade. And obviously, I think that her trade that she's learning with her mom is important to her as a character. And so I'm just calling this one Trickster. I think that Ahshka's job in the caravan, and particularly as it relates to her mom, is to basically be the carnival barker. I think that she tries to drum up interest in people coming close to her mother's tent. And so I think that she's out in front of the tent doing tricks. I think that she is gifted with sleight of hand. I think that she's good at those now you see it, now you don't kind of tricks, or making scarves appear or rabbit out of a hat kind of thing. So sleight of hand and misdirection are skills that she has as sort of a trickster magician. She doesn't want to use it in a bad way or a criminal way. She's just good at making people look where she wants them to look and not seeing what the other hand is doing. And I think that she's very nimble. I think that she's very small. I think that she's very lithe. I think that she's very wiry. I think that she can get around with a lot of dexterity. But that being said, her weakness is that she is flimsy in a fight. She's not going to be able to win any tests of strength. She's probably not going to be able to arm wrestle anybody. She's not going to be able to use heavy weapons, those kinds of things. Our last theme for Ahshka is she is going to have a companion, and her companion is named Jinx. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of an animal Jinx should be. You could probably tell that the seed of all of this is kind of like Disney's Aladdin is kind of what I was thinking of. And so this companion, this trickster, is based on the idea of a Boo the monkey. And so all of Jinx's strengths are based on that. So I'm not going to pretend like, that's not what this is. That's exactly what this is. But I can't tell if Jinx is like a squirrel or like a ferret or a rat or a raccoon or something that is fantastical. So in the comments, help me figure out what Jinx is. Jinx is a small animal, probably being able to go up under Ahshka's clothing or in her backpack or in her pockets. And she is really good at running interference. She or he, I haven't decided that yet. But Jinx is good at running interference. Jinx is deceptively cute. And Jinx is a silent pickpocket because while Ahshka is dedicated to not using her nimbleness to cause chaos or steal or do anything sort of off color, Jinx does not have those same kinds of guidelines. And his weakness, he is clumsy. He is always making things making noise when he shouldn't be. He is knocking things over. He's running into things, all those kinds of things. And I really feel like she thinks that Jinx is her only friend. Jinx and Mama have been the only constants really in her life, because even though she feels close to the caravan people, I think that they come and go from the group as well. And so her quest is, will I ever have a friend besides Jinx? She loves Jinx, and Jinx is enough, but she also wants a deeper human connection. I forgot the trickster quest. It is, will I ever be more than a sideshow? She feels overshadowed by Mama and the other people that are more talented or perhaps flashier in the caravan than her. So will I ever be more than a sideshow? The last thing that I am going to do on our character creation, there are a couple more things that you can do, but this is another thing I'd really like to leave it up to the comments. You get one item in your backpack. You get one tag, essentially, not necessarily an item, just a tag for your backpacks. What kinds of things would she have that would potentially be a bonus to her, a strength to her, something that she could use in a pinch? Since she wouldn't use large weapons. What would she use in a fight? Would she just be all about hand to hand and dodging and tripping and those kinds of things? Or would there be some kind of weapon that she might have that she has practiced with? Because I imagine that these folks probably come upon their fair share of bandits or ne'er-do-wells that try to steal from them, or townspeople that get a little bit handsy or frisky with the women, those kinds of things. So help me think of what her item should be. So that's Ahshka in Legend in the Mist. We are in Oakdale, and a festival is being prepared. The caravan has come into town. I imagine that they follow this kind of seasonal route where they hit a town or a village around the time of large festivals along their route. This is a place that has a late spring festival that we're going to develop through play, and that is where our scene is going to start. So this has been our session 0 for Ahshka. So make sure that you give me some ideas about what kind of animal Jinx is going to be and what kind of backpack bonus Ahshka should have. So yeah, Legend in the Mist, I'm just real pumped about it. It was a new system to me and just have really fallen in love with it. I really love the narrative approach to it. As I said, my main background otherwise is Ironsworn and Starforged, and this even seems a little bit more intuitive to me than that. So we'll get all into the dice mechanics and all those things in our session 1. So thanks very much for watching this this brand new channel and this first big video that we have on the channel. So I hope that you'll push all the buttons and do all the things to support the channel. So I hope all of your rolls are great. I'm Bobby C, and this is One Up RPG.